Good day, everybody. It is Klaxon here, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe for more Miraculous Ladybug videos. Today, I want to show you guys my reaction to some Kagami and Luca stuff that happened in Miraculous Ladybug New York, and I also want to discuss it as it pertains to the special, but also how it will affect Season 4. So if you guys are good with that, why don't we just get into it? We have Adrien and Kagami at fencing practice, Adrien being sad about not being able to go on the trip, and then Kagami saying, "I'm sad for you, but I'm happy for us." And then she says, when you're as weak as you were today, the pleasure of beating you is lessened. And then we have the kiss. Oh, that was cute! Did you guys see that? That was a little Kagami kissy going on. I know some of y'all aren't gonna like that because y'all don't like Kagami, but you know, they'll get together eventually. They gotta have Kagami and Luca for the sake of, like, you know, character development. And this is really important. Like, I know a lot of people have a hate boner for Kagami. You don't like her kissing Adrien. I understand, but we need to remember that Kagami and Luca play important roles in Adrien and Marinette's character development. Kagami, like, in her own way, is basically expressing, like, hey, that's sad for you, but, like, if we're gonna be alone, we can have a little us time so we can continue to develop our relationship. Like, that's basically what she's saying. Again, in her own special way of, hey, like, you know, when you're sad, beating you in fencing is no fun, you know what I mean? And so it's interesting because Adrien really does seem to be, like, over Ladybug in the special, like, in his own way, in his own capacity. Like, he gives Ladybug a friendship rose. He, you know, accepts the kiss from Kagami. Like, it seems like Adrien and Kagami's relationship is very confident at this point. He's not having any doubts. He doesn't mention still being in love with Ladybug at all, and so that's very, very interesting. And this scene contrasts directly to Luca helping Marinette onto the bus, and so we get scenes basically with the opposite love interest. We get a Kagami and Adrien scene, and then right after that, sort of, we get a Luca and Marinette scene, and so it's very, like, a nice little parallel, and there's so many. And basically, Luca's like, hey, I hope that this trip will give you some clarity. Oh, Luca! Again, guys, it's important for the character development, guys. Oh, interesting. Clarity? Because Luca knows that she still likes Adrien. Oh my god. And I think that that's an interesting contrast here because Kagami is so sure. Like, she is so sure of her relationship with Adrien, whereas Luca deep down knows that Marinette isn't over Adrien. And so I think that's a little interesting. Like, Luca is unconfident, but Kagami is super confident in their relationship. And I think that what's interesting too is that I think that Marinette kisses Luca because she's trying to prove to Luca, like, I'm totally over Adrien. Like, I'll kiss you, you know what I mean? Whereas Kagami kisses Adrien, and so that's an interesting parallel, is that Adrien was kissed by his love interest, whereas Marinette kisses her love interest. And it's a small thing, but I really, really like that, and I think that that matters. So how does this point to Kagami and Luca's role in Season 4? Well, I think that it's basically gonna help Adrien and Marinette both grow as characters, obviously. We've talked about this a little before, but I think that Marinette, especially, like, I think that she's gonna mostly be the focus of this just because it seems like that her and Luca's relationship, like, that's the one that's gonna crack first. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But she really comes into her own at some points during the special. Like, her being over Adrien, even though she's not, if you guys watch the special, she's definitely not. Like, her being over Adrien makes her more confident around Adrien in some moments, and this sort of lets Adrien see more of Marinette for who she is, instead of, like, you know, this clumsy, like, babbling girl. Like, she has, like, coherent sentences with Adrien in the special, right? But that being said, I do think that Marinette is gonna crack first. I think that her relationship with Luca is uneasy, and at the end of the special, she says, like, Adrien, I love you, like, as he's, like, going away in the car and all that stuff, and so I think that in some respects, even though, you know, Season 4 is going to be focused on character development, and I think Marinette is really going to get that because she'll be like, I'm over Adrien, I can talk to him like a normal person, and that's, like, when Adrien and Marinette's relationship will start to change. I think that she is going to crack at some point. I think that, like, Adrien and Kagami, from what we've seen, are pretty committed to each other. Like, again, the friendship rose stuff. Like, Adrien doesn't, like, express anything about Ladybug romantically in the special. Like, not really. Like, other characters do. So, like, Uncanny is, like Ladybug and Cat Noir, like, they're made for each other, like, kind of. Like, she knows that Ladybug and Cat Noir, Uncanny does, are Marinette and Adrien, right? So, like, she kind of knows all of that stuff, but, like, no one really is trying to put them together, like Ladybug and Cat Noir romantically during the special. What they're trying to do is put Marinette and Adrien together romantically, and so I feel like that's a sign for the future, if that makes sense, is that I think that with Adrien and Kagami, again, Kagami is totally sure of their relationship, Luca's uneasy about their relationship, and I can't necessarily pinpoint the Adrien and Kagami stuff, because I think the Marinette stuff is, she becomes more confident around Adrien, at some point she cracks and then realizes that she's still in love with him and sort of, like, dumps Luca, or breaks up with Luca, and Luca's like, yeah, I knew all along, like, what can you do, sis? Like, you know what I mean? He always knew. But with Kagami and Adrien, it's a little more like, and so what I'm guessing, like, my theory would be, is that because Marinette is more confident around Adrien, they start to sort of build this relationship, because in the special, Adrien acts very romantic towards Marinette, which made me go like, oh, what? You know what I mean? So that was kind of interesting, and so even Nino says something like, Adrien is like a baby chick, and, like, he hasn't learned a lot about the world yet, and so what I'm thinking is that through Kagami, Adrien will start to learn more about his feelings, and then he'll realize that, like, his feelings for Marinette have indeed changed. You know what I mean? Because Kagami is his first relationship, as far as we know. So basically what I'm thinking, whereas, you know, Marinette will be more confident in herself, and that'll, like, sort of forge even a stronger friendship and foundation with Adrien, because they're already friends, but it'll be stronger, because now they're talking to each other, you know, like, normally, I guess you could say. But then on Adrien's side, because he's been with Kagami, he will start to recognize what romantic feelings feel like, and then he'll realize that maybe Marinette isn't just a friend. That would be my guess, just based on what everything that was said in the special. Again, to reiterate, I think that Marinette will have this thing with Luca, she'll be more confident in herself, but eventually she'll crack and be like, yeah, I'm still in love with Adrien, right? But that confidence in herself will remain. Whereas with Adrien, it's more about discovering, like, how he feels, you know, what romantic feelings are to him, and then he'll realize, like, oh, like, I have romantic feelings for Marinette, you know what I mean? Something like that. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm not sure if that's exactly right with the Adrien and Kagami stuff. I'm pretty sure the Luca and Marinette aspect is, like, totally 100% right on, though. But yeah, I basically think that I'm right on the money with the Luca and Marinette situation. I don't know. I haven't exactly pinpointed the Adrien and Kagami stuff. I think that I threw a dart at it, so let me know what you guys think. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed this miraculous Ladybug video, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys!